Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Windbreaker. This is season 2, episode 2. Last episode we jumped right into an arc. We jumped right into the KEEL arc. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's it. That's basically what it is. We're fighting KEEL. They suck. They're absolute douchebags. And we're fighting them right now. Kaji came in, saved us, kind of, and yeah, I'm just excited to see how this plays out. I've enjoyed episode 1. I've been enjoying this show so far. I can't wait to see what we have in store. So let's not waste too much time. Let's jump into it. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can get all my content for both this channel and my One Piece channel, Gent Watches One Piece, over on my Patreon account. Go over there and check it out. Let's jump into this Windbreaker Season 2, Episode 2. Yeah, you shouldn't be excited about that. Yeah, somehow when I think you do it, I don't think it's as honorable. Oh no. See, Kaji's not doing it for fear though. God damn. I hate characters like this which like act like they're high and mighty and that we're the same. Oh my god. I couldn't read that in time. Hell yeah. Oh, that's absolutely Bakugo's voice actor. I was like 40% sure last time, and now I'm like 95% sure. Oh my god, don't. Fuck him up, come on. We're not even seeing it. Oh! Yeah, gang up on him all you want. Oh, look at this shit. He's focused now. Look at that focus in his eyes. Oh my god. He just had to lock in. Oh my gosh. Kind of striking a chord there. Oh! If he gets his hand on you, you're dead, dude. Kind of cool fighting with that weird wood board. Oh! I like that he snapped the wood when he went in for that hit. Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. If he gets his hands on you, you're dead. Yeah, he hates the fast opponents. He's thinking like, just stand there and take the punches like a man. Oh my god. No mercy. Oh. You see them go from cocky to like looking up in fear. Oh my god, I love how cocky they are. It just makes beating them so much more satisfying. Jesus, dude. Oh, that's a good move, honestly. Stopping him moving with it, stepping on his foot. Oh, is that a weak point for you? It's being nice and obnoxious. These hits are gonna be more reckless. There's gonna be more openings. Oh! Jesus, what did he do? Oh my god! Oh my god! Got a pressure point. Nice. We've dealt with a lot of them. Yes, good Sakura. I like how quickly he takes on criticism. He's trying so hard now to be reliable. And he's not letting his guard down against any of them. Oh, Suo. I like how there's not a scratch on Suo. I love the music here. Oh my god. Oh, I love Suo's delivery being so different to how he's feeling. Suo is a really interesting character. Oh shit! Oh! Nice hit. Oh shit! That's pretty cool, honestly. Natori. That's. God, he's like Mob. Couldn't control himself. You don't want to awaken that. You're gonna awaken that part of him and he's gonna destroy you. Oh my god! The fucking animation! So cool! Oh my god! Hell yeah! Well, I like that he stays up as well and they keep fighting. Oh! Oh. I love the way Kaji moves. Oh, the bat's fucked up. Oh. Oh my god, it's really back and forth. Oh my god. Jeez, man, he keeps going for it. Oh. Oh shit, he's not letting him. Sakura? I thought maybe Sakura would be here to stop him, but he's stopping himself. Controlling himself. He said he wanted to punch him 10 times in the nose, right? Damn. Total victory. Do we have any down? Did we lose literally anyone? Just reward them with a bit of praise. We did it.
喧嘩は終わったで。
先輩、なんで？
なんでって、助っ人だ。決まってんだろ。ほら、目覚ましたぜ。
Yes.
こんなこと関係ないって。口出しするなって。
We didn't want to.
何勘違いしてんだ。誰がてめえのためにやったっつった。俺があのクソ野郎にムカついたから。
Yeah, I mean, these guys were dicks. Felt good to take them down. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh. He's just feeling ashamed of himself. Yeah, you don't get to dictate whether or not you're worth saving. Aww. Aww, that was nice. Nice, that was a good episode. I'm actually surprised that we finished off the KEEL arc in 2 episodes. I thought that was gonna be like 4 or 5 episodes at the start of the season. I didn't think that it was just gonna be last episode set up, this episode payoff. But I'm really glad they did that. Like, it keeps it fast paced, it keeps it moving. Like, we don't spend, you know, a bunch of time on each thing, even like, because I don't think these characters necessitate having like a lot of time to them, you know? Whereas like in that arc in the middle of last season, that like tournament arc, the really cool one, that one I feel like necessitated each character kind of having their own big moments and stuff. But this one, it was clear that like these guys are just kind of douchebags and we don't really need to go super in depth with them. And so I liked that we did that. I liked that it was like, we got to know the tiniest bit about them, just enough to know that we hate them, and then we get to see them being beaten up. It was cool. Man, what's really cool about Windbreaker, I feel like, is the series, and I said this in the last episode, I've said this throughout the series. The series has great impacts in a fight scene. Like, just every hit feels powerful, and I think it's really hard to pull that off, but like they pull it off so well with the combination of the music, the movement, the sound effects. Like everything makes it so that like it feels like the characters are really getting hit when they get hit. And there's so many points in this show where a hit, the animation of a hit that in other shows would be like the final hit of the battle, in this show it's just one of the hits, you know? And I think that really adds to it, where it's like these characters, you can tell they're trying to finish each other off, and the others like continue to stand. Like you'll see in a lot of shows, people going like, all right, and they wind up, and then there's a really cool animation of them winding up and hitting, and there's that huge impact, and it sends them like flying across or whatever. And so when that sort of thing happens, like what you kind of expect a lot of the time in anime especially, is they go flying, they hit the wall, and then they like slump, and then they're exhausted, and then they talk for, 20 to 30 seconds. And maybe that one who's on the floor will slowly pull themselves up and then get back into position, and then they fight again, or he'll just get knocked out or whatever. That's normally what happens. But in this show, like, to give an example of like what with the Kaji fight, when Kaji was fighting and he like jumped across, grabbed the chain and swung back and kicked the other guy. He kicked him into, and the other guy's name is Natori. He kicked Natori into the wall. The guy hit the wall, and then immediately Kaji was coming for another hit, and he like moved out of the way, and then they continued their fight. But it's like that, the like grabbing onto the chain, swinging back, kicking him flying into the wall, like that's normally the end of a fight scene. But in this show, it just keeps going, and I love I love when there's a fight scene and the characters don't let up, because it's so much more satisfying. It makes the fight scene feel so much more real. And so yeah, like that happened in this. It also happens like in My Hero Academia, in the Bakugo vs Deku fight in season 3, end of season 3, I believe. Or is it season 4? I think it's season 3. In that fight, like Bakugo and Deku are like fighting pretty relentlessly. There's one bit where like Bakugo throws Deku, he goes and he hits a railing and he's like slumped against the railing, and that's the point you'd expect the battle to stop, but like immediately he looks up and he jumps up and dodges just as Bakugo comes for another strike. And it's like, I feel like everyone who watches that battle kind of instinctively is conditioned to expect the battle to pause at that point, and it doesn't happen and it continues on, and it just like it ups the stakes of the battle so much more when a show can do that, I feel like. And Windbreaker does it consistently. I'm very impressed by it. But I mean, yeah, this was really nice. I loved also the Suo moment of like Suo is like beating the shit out of someone, and then he's like very calmly walking towards him, but he's like looking down on him, like quite literally and figuratively looking down on him. And then, you know, the guy passes out and he goes for another hit. Like I like that moment because, you know, it's the classic moment where like, oh, this guy who acts cool all the time, he is actually kind of losing his cool. But what I really loved, and this is something that only the anime can do, I feel like, is when Sakura stops him, he just goes like, Sakura, what are you doing? But he says it in his normal tone. Suo just speaks like in the same way that he always speaks, and I really like the juxtaposition between the way that Suo is speaking, being business as usual, but the way that he's acting, seeming like, oh, this guy is like really, really pissed off right now, but he's not showing it on his face really or in his voice, but we can just tell from what he's doing how unsettling it is. And also, I mean, the show does it in a sort of way, like they use camera angles to not show his face, they use the music to make it feel more unsettling. Like the show is making us believe it as well, but we are understanding it from Sakura's perspective. Sakura doesn't have the camera angles and the music. He is only witnessing Suo's actions, and that's what he's stopping. And I really like the way that they present that, because to me, when you can have a character like that, like Suo, and he is, you know, it does seem like he's kind of losing his cool, but you can't really tell. That's really interesting to me, and it makes me so much more interested in his character. I mean, he's like undoubtedly one of the most interesting characters in the show, and I think it feels like the mangaka knows that, you know, like it feels like he knows he nailed it with this character. So yeah, I'm really interested to see more of Suo overall. But yeah, and then yeah, you have the whole idea of like, are you worth saving? And like what Kaji says, which is like, hey, other people may not have the same opinions of you as you do, for better or worse. So in this case, it's better. You think you're a piece of shit who's not worth saving? Turns out you have friends who disagree. They think you're worth saving and they want to save you. Like, it's not up to you what other people think of you. That's like a nice theme. It's like, I've seen it a lot, but it doesn't matter. It's a very nice theme to go over. And then at the start of the episode, the guy, also Natori, I believe, was talking about how like Kaji controls with fear, just like him, right? And I don't think that's the case. I think he saw him punching Sakura and he was like, oh, you're like me because you're keeping him in line as well. But like, the difference is Sakura doesn't fall in line because he's scared of Kaji. That's not what he's doing. He took the punch and he fell in line because the punch was a wake-up call. Was Kaji like snapping him out of what he was in? to say, listen, you need to focus up, right? So like for a lot of people, you know, like if it was someone else, like if it was Anzai, from the small amount that I know about Anzai, if it was Anzai, I don't think Kaji would have punched him, because I don't think that's the sort of thing that would motivate him. But for Sakura, that motivates Sakura, and Sakura's not going to hold it against Kaji. He respects it, so he's not falling in line out of fear, he's falling in line out of respect. But what's his name? Natori can't tell the difference, because for him it's like, oh, you're beating the shit out of him, that must mean you want him to fear you. But he can't understand the nuance behind the punch, you know? So yeah, it's really interesting. I like it. Anyway, that's Windbreaker season 2 episode 2. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full length, early access, and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.